Hi, this is a short video just to share my experience Googling the Korean internet. I got curious about what these characters meant. I used mainly Google Translate, Chrome Browser Translate, and the Google Lens Translate. And so far, they got me good results. So starting with Google Translate, I learned a bit of the Korean using Duolingo to help me assemble syllables and words. So I've added the Korean keyboard to my phone as well. So writing in the characters for jail gung,
제일궁,
and then use this to copy and paste a Korean word, and then go on Chrome browser and Google for that word in Korean, and that usually comes up with a lot of results, as you can see in the Korean internet. Um, Not very helpful at this stage, but then I open the translate feature in Chrome browser, and then suddenly, everything makes a bit more sense. So I use this to browse and have a look and see if there's anything that I find interesting, um, and look at websites and so forth. So I'm going to have a look at a couple of websites here. So, for example, the first one here on the top is Ace Bow or Ace Archery. And this is a company which I bought my Cheonggygung from. So as you can see, as soon as you open the page, either it'll translate automatically or you'll have to activate the translate feature. And most results are okay, except for images, as you can see here. So this is an image. It's part and parcel of the of what you can see. So we can't directly translate the images using the Chrome browser, and this is where the Google Lens comes in handy. So I'll just take a screenshot of this page, go to the little icon for the Google Lens, and then click here on Translate, and suddenly it translates everything for you. This feature is quite useful as well because it's optical character recognition, so you can toggle the translation on and off to find specific words that you can then copy and paste and then use to Google further. So going back to other kind of websites, here we got Bow Factory. Bow Factory is the domestic version of the Korean Archery website, which I bought my JMG and SMG from. Um, Again, this translates fairly fairly legibly, and it's quite interesting just being able to browse different types of bows and find information on the system. So the other thing I wanted to share here is that over time I've built a document with a few links to various different websites, and I also use it as a sort of glossary for Korean terms. So, for example, here's the website I mentioned earlier, Korean Archery. This is where I bought my first JMG, and which I also bought the SMG from. Similarly, oh, I didn't mean to go back. So similarly, let's have a look at the JMG, and this is this, you get the stats for the JMG, what you get. So bow, bag, two strings, the jumpies. So not a bad bow altogether. Let's have a look at Ace Archery again and have a look at what other bows they've got there. So they've got a slightly wider selection of bows, and here, for example, is the Heaven and Earth bow, the Cheonji, which I bought. And here it is with its original artificial wrapping, which is apparently not available anymore. So I got mine with birchbark. Another interesting website that I found here is the list of authorized companies for KTAA. So this document gives you everything in Korean first, and then it translates. And now we can have a look at all the approved manufacturers for the horn bows that there are. And as you can see, there's quite a few of them, quite a lot of them actually. And then down here in yellow, we have the carbon bows. So we got Kaya, Dongi Palace. I think Gamma Green's got one. Son Mugung, YMG, Yummu Industries. Chail First Palace, Heaven and Earth, Chonji. Taeguk Industry, which is also Daehan. Sky Sports, which is the HMG. And then there's these two down here, which I don't know much information about. Hedong Palace and the Hwarang Sports. And I don't think this Hwarang Sports is the same Hwarang as Professor Thomas Duvernay sells, because he sells a version of the YMG originally for export, and he's called it Hwarang. But I don't think it's the same as the other one that's listed on that list. So yeah, that's his contact details for Professor Duvernay, and he's quite knowledgeable on Korean archery as well. And then down here, I've got a few terms that I've looked at recently. And for example, let's have a look at Goju-chegi, which is the Korean talk technique, or hatra, the Turkish name for it. And apparently Goju-chegi is quite controversial in terms that there's two different style or different ranges in Korea seem to have different styles. And I've read a few articles where there's a lot of controversy about which style is better than the others. Some people say that this method of Goju-chegi is more traditional, and they've got historical documents and images here to show how the bows are extended out and with a string down. I find it fascinating. So I've spent a lot of time on this wiki, looking at articles and trying to make sense of things. Sometimes the translations can be a bit off, and other times, oh, there we go. I like this image. And other times, oh, we're here a bit of Korean running archery in Hanbok. Yeah, so that's it. So one final thing I want to do now is just show you how I can also copy the Korean characters to search in YouTube, which is quite handy, as a lot of the content might not be available. So again, searching for Cheolgung on YouTube, and oh, there's me. And here's a friend of mine, Ian. He also has a Cheolgun. A bit of me again. Adverts. I hate adverts on YouTube. And then there's a few other videos here from Koreans. Oh, Ian's again with his Cheolgung. More adverts. History of a Cheolgung. That's quite an interesting video. And and yeah. So yeah, and you can basically, once you get the hang of it, you can just search for all sorts of things. So let's have a search for SMG and see what comes up. So Sonmugung. So quite a few interesting videos of showing off old bows. There's me again. But yes, you can access a lot of Korean. Oh, that's Master Dormin Park. That's quite an interesting video. Quite a few articles about him, about Son Mugung, and he's quite an interesting character. Let's have a look for Cheonjigung. And it's me again, and then more videos. So yeah, I mean I find it quite interesting. It's quite fascinating. It's opened a whole new world to me. So just with a rudimentary knowledge of Korean script, Hangul, and these tools, and you can go nuts. So enjoy. Thank you. Bye bye.